They've been playing very well.
Yeah.
What have you noticed from them in terms of their turnaround and why their results are going their way?
Executing. They're executing on both ends, keeping clean sheets and taking their chances. I think you're also seeing very few, the best Seattle Sounder teams that I've seen, very few weaknesses in their squad. Very well balanced team, and we're seeing that right now. And again, I think you saw a lot of that same play throughout the season, but they weren't executing and finishing games, and they are now. And we have again our work cut out for us. Another tough game this week.
Which last time you went up there, you got a result, an important one to head to the Western Conference Final. What is it about going up there? It's obviously a difficult place to play, but you guys seem to have managed it well. Why, I'm not going to say comfortable, but why are you getting results up there when you go?
Well, I think we're pretty good too, and I think it's a very, very even game. What they particularly do well, we also do well, and I think what we have maybe that's a little different is some real threat in transition, and that's always been something we've counted on in Seattle, and I expect some of that tomorrow too.
Coming off the match on Wednesday, how's Timothy doing? Can you get an update on him?
Yeah, Timothy will not be ready for this match, nor will Kike. Unfortunately, we lost both of those in the last match, so time for others to step up and to fill their roles.
For Tillman, it looked like he was grabbing the back of his left leg, so the hamstring, and do you expect him to be out for an extended period?
It's a leg injury. We're hopeful it's not long.
Okay, so that's not the prognosis.
I'll leave that with the doctors.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Scott French.
Hey Steve, got two for you. One on the injuries with Leagues Cup coming up. Does that give you a little bit of time to play? In terms of you don't need to rush them back. Do you give them a little extended time to heal with that?
Yeah, that helps for sure. We would love to finish this, I guess, second third of the season tomorrow. But this week, obviously, on a higher note results-wise, but the previous 8 weeks were amazing. So I think we're happy with where we are. We put ourselves in position, for the end spurt of the MLS season to kind of do something great again. So we're happy with our starting position. And winning tomorrow would just make that incredible for us. So that's our goal, and we're highly motivated for that. The Leagues Cup is going to be a tough competition, as always. Our first game should be really good as well, very competitive against the Cholos. And we're looking forward to it, but we also need a little MLS break. That comes physically and mentally, but mostly mentally.
And then just checking in on Giroud timeline. If you have any updates?
I have an answer for you. That's why I was excited to see your name on here. So, end of the month. Can you deal with that?
End of
this month, yes.
Or end of the next month?
No, this month.
When would you expect that he'd be ready to be playing?
I don't know. That we'll see when he arrives and in what form he arrives, and we'll give him the time. He's had a pretty emotional and stressful last couple of weeks, finishing his career in Italy at Milan, and then going away with the national team. So this guy had a lot going on, and now the big move overseas. So we'll see how he prepares himself, but he's in fantastic shape. Not very often injured, and all of the signs point to his professionalism, which we know he has. And so I'm hopeful that it won't take long, but we'll assess that when he gets here. Everything else would just be a guess, so I don't want to throw a date out there.
And depending on how far you proceed in the Leagues Cup, he could be debuting in the Leagues Cup then.
I don't want to pin myself down, so I won't give you a clear answer, but I have no objection to it starting as soon as possible.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Getting minutes, not starting the game. Getting minutes as soon as possible.
Okay, thanks.
Just a couple more.
Sure.
Giorgio's departure, obviously it made an important impact on the club, but he's not around anymore. What's it feel like with him gone, and just a little bit on his contributions to the club?
It's quieter upstairs, and that's not a good thing. No, we'll miss Giorgio. He was always insightful, in a good mood, always willing to help. in any way he could. But he's part of LAFC's history and family moving forward, so he'll be back. Either just as a visitor, but we're constantly in touch with him. So I think Giorgio is the type of player, once he's played for a club and bought into that identity, he's kind of a lifer. He obviously will have his focus on Juve at the moment, as he should, but he'll always keep one eye on us.
He's made an impact on a lot of people, including especially Lorenzo, the defender. What have you seen from Lorenzo in terms of his recovery and how he's grown since he's been in Los Angeles?
He loves it here, and he has integrated himself into the community and carved himself out a nice little life. And the injury came at obviously a terrible time for him, but he's recovering very well ahead of schedule. And he's young, and he'll make a full recovery. So we'll hopefully get him back at some point this year. Whether he's eligible to play this year, we'll find out. It kind of depends on how long our season goes, but he should be in training by the end of the year for sure.
And he said that you talked to him about the ACL, which you suffered, I guess, at a similar age to him, maybe a little younger. What kind of advice do you give to someone who's going through their own experience, but it's something that you've gone through as well?
Yeah, much like the process on the field, it's just to trust the process. It's a slow rehab. You don't really necessarily see improvements day to day, but you will week to week, definitely month to month. And it's grueling. It can be taxing on the mind. It can be tiring. It can be at times, you can get a little depressed here and there or down. Having teammates being around the group helps that. But I think also having the knowledge from someone who's done it before, and there are a few guys in that locker room to help them out. Once you're back on the field, the last 6 months or however long it took, it really feels like a blink of an eye. And so it's important to understand that and to have a full recovery. And once you're back, you're back. There's no looking back. And his knee will be better and stronger the next time around. So we'll keep his mind focused on post-injury.